Hello Internet! Today I'm here to talk about what the difference between a doublet, a gambeson and a pourpoint is. In a moment, our dear Ansel, you know her from the buckets, will step into the camera with our Imperial Gambeson, which is more a quilted arming jacket, but we'll talk more about that in a moment. To start with, while Ansel is getting ready here, we're gonna talk about padded or quilted armor, which the Gambesons are a part of. As you can see on this very nice Imperial Gambeson, it is a quilted jacket and it is padded. This model though, while we use it as a gambeson to exemplify, in this case for you, our dear LARPing friends, it is not actually a gambeson. A gambeson was a lot thicker and also often used singularly, like without armor. Peasants used it, archers, who knows? Like not everybody could afford plate armor. It was expensive, man, expensive. So this is a little thinner. It's a more high medieval, late medieval version of padded armor, where it was more important that you had something nice to attach your armor to and that had a little bit of padding. To sum it up, a gambeson is a fabric armor, quilted armor, padded armor, used as its own armor together. If you're lucky with a good helmet, I don't have a good helmet sadly, but I don't need it because I live in the 21st century. Unless I'm biking, then I need it. It evolved as we also started to use plate armor more and more. It evolved into the arming jackets that were lightly padded, and later on to the pourpoints, which were sometimes padded and sometimes not at all. Because again, the armor was so good that the purpose became to hold up the armor, hold it in place, hold it tight, not act as armor itself. Now, in a moment, Enzo is going to show us the Epic Armoury Godfrey Pourpoint, which is our version of the unpadded one, simply made for warm summer days and something to hold up your armor. Of course, we've chosen the black model of the Godfrey Pourpoint. It has the arming points, both here, down here. It is reinforced both with seams and in the fabric. It's extra layers, not just one, to keep up with the weight of armor. Of course, some pourpoints, for example, the Charles de Blois, is a bit padded. It will be more like a mixture between this kind of vest and an arming jacket. And again, if you didn't have any arming points of this, it would just be a vest shaped for your body. And it's supposed to sit tight so it moves and feels your body. Moves with your body and feels the shape. This is morning. Forgive me, okay? Forgive me. To understand the difference between them, the gambeson, as we didn't really show, we showed the Imperial Gambeson, which is more of an arming jacket and padded armor. This is a late medieval thing, when plate armor was so normal and so used that you didn't need the padding. Chainmail were mainly used in areas like here or in the throat where it was difficult to get plate that wouldn't restrict your movement. You had a bit of chainmail to not get stabbed. Now, some of you also wondered, what is the difference then between a doublet and the gambeson and the pourpoint? We're going to show you in a moment, and so we'll be back with a doublet on. To start with, I can tell you that unlike the pourpoint and the gambesons and the arming jackets and the aketons and the youpons and all the different words for cool-ass medieval quilted arming clothes, the doublet was not mainly meant for combat. It was fashion, baby. And in short, and it's gonna be ridiculous because in short, the doublet is a short jacket, a waist-lengthed jacket, unless, wait a moment, Ansel, unless you came to the Tudor era where they had a little bit of flair. And the lovely doublet Ansel is gonna show us, it's gonna be one that is inspired by the Tudor eras, but made for LARPing, of course. So as you see, if we just skip these little lovely details of flair, you can see the edge here. It is very, very much to the hip and to the shape of Ansel. This, I think, is a bit too big for her. Usually they are tight sitting.
For you.
Okay, but again, the doublet was a normal civilian cloth. Yes, it came in a lot of different levels of detail. We have Henry VIII, the guy who killed all his wives. He had a lot of very fancy doublets, but if you were like a poor merchant class, they weren't really poor, the peasants were the poor. But if you were a merchant of lesser renown, you would probably have something more simple. Like this one, we have a few details, also reminiscent of the Landsknechts, inspired there with their slash and puffs. But again, as you can see, yes, it has a lot of the same shapes as the pourpoint, but that's also, as we move from the early Middle Ages in the 5th to 10th century, towards the late Middle Ages, which was in the 13th to 15th century, we started to become more fashion inclined. Colors, sprawling colors, slashes, it meant something. And you would get dissed. Bro, don't go out and just brown and black. Middle Ages were colorful and fashion were important. Very, very important. And yes, I hate to admit it, but we in Denmark were always behind. Italy were like 200 years ahead of us in terms of medieval fashion, and they mocked me for it. I hate it, but I love you, Italy. You're beautiful. Also, as you can see here with the doublet, it's not all designs. It is a tied-on sleeve. It's done for some. It's also done for the pourpoint. So they could change up with the fanciness of their sleeve or simply take them off on a very, very hot summer day. Okay, and of course this is woolen with a bit of lining. But again, if you're a historian or looking for historical reenactment gear, you might want to change this out with a bit of linen. All right, that was the difference between a pourpoint, a gambeson, and a doublet. I'm sure I said it differently earlier, but that's okay. That's going to be Anso's problem. And of course, if you want to dive into this, when we talk about a doublet, it's not just one thing. A doublet evolved through the centuries it was used, and there are many, many different cuts and designs of it you can find and fit to you. The same goes, as I said, for the gambeson. The gambeson is just one form of padded armor, and we've seen padded armor much earlier than the Middle Ages as well, and later for that matter. And again, the same goes with the pourpoint. There is the padded version, and I really recommend looking up the Charles de Blois. Sorry, France, for my pronunciation. Pourpoint, I also recommend looking up aketons or jupons. Yeah, jupons are great. That's like a padded armor you put over your armor, so you can also make it fancy and silk. A lot of cool things. A lot of cool people make really, really cool stuff out there, including us. So come check it out. And if you were wondering what products Anso was wearing today, because you were like, I want that piece, I can tell you, the black pourpoint is called Godfrey Pourpoint. The Gambeson is, yes, arming jacket, I know I said it. The Gambeson is called Imperial Gambeson, and the doublet is called the Aramis doublet. Yes, that's for you, musketeers. And if you're looking for anything else, just check out epicarmoury.com. We got Gambesons, jackets, weapons, swords, armor, helmets, and, you know it, buckets.
Bucket!
Yeah, Anso loves the bucket. I don't know why.
How dare you!
Ah.